Hello, welcome to another Sigmar Saturday. Well, another one, the same one if you've watched part 9, because I'm doing 2 videos a week to try and catch up on the battle reports. Due to recent times, I won't keep going over that again on the intro. So we are Chillblades and Hearts of Ice. Last one, the Stormcast lost to the Chainrasp. We were introduced to the save roll, which for me really made the game, made it feel kind of quite enjoyable. So with this, let's have a look at the background for this. Anastasia, Starstrike and her Secretors continue to pick their way through the ruins, only to find their path blocked by a deadly Tomb Banshee and a flock of Mere Morn Banshee followers. That doesn't sound pleasant, does it? The Stormcast Eternals emerged from a cloud of fog to see a group of spectral banshees gathering around the entrance to a large stone tomb. The Geist swept back and forth across the crumbling doorway, chill daggers ready. They must be guarding something valuable. Crack open that tomb. What we seek may lie within, ordered Anastasia Starstrike, gesturing towards the dark opening. A single Secretor stepped forwards, Storm Smite Great Mace slung over a broad shoulder, and led the attack. So once more, this is played on the small tomb board, so we can see our placements here. We start with the three Secretors over here. 4 Mere Morn Banshees there, and the Tomb Banshee there, and these are some of my favourite models. I think I love these in the range. So what we got going on here, taking turns. In your previous playthroughs, only a player whose turn it is had been able to fight in combat in Warhammer Age of Sigmar. However, both players get to fight in each combat phase, starting with the player whose turn it is. This should speed things up. Starting player's turn. Players take turns fighting with a unit until all units have fought. In this playthrough, we'll show you how this back and forth combat works. Interesting. So let's reset that. That's still from our last game. Bad boy. I'm gonna have to do something about that. Yeah. So okay. War Scrolls. The War Scrolls are looking mighty cool. Special weapons. Some Secretors order a large weapon larger than allies. This is Storm Smite Great Mace. So that does 2 damage. So where have we got it? It's this one here. It does 2 damage. Chill daggers. Chill daggers do D3 damage. So hit rolls of a 6 cause T3 mortal wounds on the Tomb Banshee, so that sounds deadly. I believe mortal wounds are wounds you can't save, so we introduced a save rule last game. So okay, so yeah, let's have a look from this angle, and we are starting with the Stormcasts. God, I really can't pronounce the stuff in this game. But look at that, I love this model here, it's just superb. I do love this Banshee, and I love these. They just look ghost-like, you know, just, you can imagine them doing like you see in sort of certain films. Kinda love that, they are brilliant. So there we go. So yeah, like before, the only phase we got when we're this close is we start in combat. So we piling, so we move up to 3 inches closer, so we are literally just going to go down the line. We know this is 3 inches because the helpful markings on the board. We've done it time and time again. So we can get in, hopefully smash some Banshees. Give them a good smash in. So there we are, that's where we are on this. Pick Dark-Hits. The Stormcaster picks which unit each will attack. A model can only attack a unit if its base touches the base of model in that unit. Make all attacks for that one type of weapon before moving on to the next weapon. So here we go. This is what I've been waiting for, because I love different types of weapons and things. So for this, we have this type of weapon here, which are just the mauls, the Storm Smite mauls, and then we have this here, which is the Great Mace. So we have the mauls first. When I say mauls, I can't help but thinking of the French word for muscles. Mauls and threads. So okay, make 2 weapons each. That's 4 dice. So let's do this first. Okay, so to hit 3+, nothing's changed there. So yeah, 2 hits. To wounds, 3 pluses, no wounds. Ouch. Okay, but we do have the Great Mace, so it's 2. Oh, that's interesting as well. Great Mace Blast. It has. There's a weapon here called Great Mace Blast, but it does 2 damage. So it's now on to Great Mace Chappie. Both hit. But if a hit roll is a 6, it does D3 hits instead of 1. They were both 5, so it's not. Wounds on 3+, that's 2 wounds. Level 6. Saves, so can this Banshee save on a 4+? Save 1. Okay. Save 1, and it does 2 damage per attack. Allocate wounds. How to allocate wounds? Add up the total number damage, 2, 1 at a time. The player being attacked allocates 1 wound for every 1 damage. If a model is already wounded, it must continue to allocate wounds to its slain models. So, how many wounds does a Banshee have? It has only 1 wound. Ouchie. So, is that really right? 1 wound? I don't know why, I would always imagine them having more. So, we'll take that one away because it was in base contact, and we haven't introduced range yet. If I remember, hopefully soon they'll introduce range of what we can damage. So we'll take these away, and I'm quite sad because that's my favourite model gone. So this is the state of play now. Okay, Stormcast turn 1. So whilst it is the Stormcast turn still, the Banshees get to attack. So the combat phase now is, so it's still the Stormcast turn 1, but they can pile in. So we can now, the Secretors have made their attacks with both types of weapon. Now the Nighthawk player can attack back with their units 1 at a time, so we can pile in 3 inches closer. So we are, just to confirm, we are 3 inches there and 3 inches there. So we're just going to do that. And this should, because last game, even though it was sort of small amount of models with the save roll, it made the game go on for double the time. I may have waffled a bit more in it, but this time, hopefully, with this, 2 lots of combat going on and piling in stuff, so this should speed up the process. Right, the Tomb Banshees can attack if it is in base contact with a Secretor's base. It is now, we can see here, 1 melee attack each. Hit on the 4+, so they only attack 1 melee. Do they only attack 1 dice? Okay, that's cool. So on a 4+, no, it's a 3. On a 4+, though, you get a Frightful Touch. If the hit is a 6, if that was a 6, it inflicts D3 mortal wounds and the attack ends. I don't think it says anywhere about mortal wounds, because here, but I believe mortal wounds you can't save. But it's not mentioning mortal wounds, or was that? No, because we wouldn't have had the save roll here. Anyway, I'm assuming that will be mentioned at some point, or other mortal wounds. But I believe when it sort of talks about mortal wounds, there's no saving going on. They just go in, unless it was before when this thing was first in. Where was she? I remember reading it, but I can't remember if it's because I've read ahead or in the past. I'll look through, but anyway, doesn't matter because it's a moot point. Oh, I see. They only pile in 1 at a time, so I'd piled in with that and do that, and now I pile in with this. I went a bit too quick, so now we pile in. I skipped ahead too much. Attack with, and we are literally following the book again. So I believe they got 1 attack each. Attack dice, that's 2. So there's 2 Mirmorn Banshees in base contact. 4+ is looking. So that is good. To wound, they wound with a 3+. So they're better than the chain grasp. That's two wounds. We can save sectors with a 4+. So 1 is saved. So that is 1 point of damage. D3 damage. Oh, this is where they get naughty though, those old banshees. Let's have a look. Yeah, damage is D3 per wound. D3 per attack. I imagine that means per wound that got through, not just all of them. So it's only 1 though, so that is good. So we'll just allocate that onto here, like so. And that was turn 1, and yeah, that's already gone a lot quicker. Okay, so there's going to be no battle shock. Now that's not even turn 1, is it? This is now the combat phase for the Nighthaunts. Everyone's already in base contact, so nothing really to do there. You can see here we're all sort of just straight down the line here. So that Tomb Banshee, move 3 inches closer. She's already as close as what I think she's going to get in this. Pick target, so 1 melee attack. So if she gets through, this is quite a deadly thing, which she doesn't, luckily. Again, she needed 4+. So that is okay. Yeah. So yeah, now what happens now is it's alternating. So in that last turn, because I only had 1 unit of Secretors, it was they went first, and I didn't have anything else to move, so that was just Evil or Nighthaunt kind of had their unit turns. What it's meant to do is alternate 1 unit of Nighthaunt, 1 unit of Secretors, 1 unit of Nighthaunt. So now what we're doing is it's still the Nighthaunt's turn, but the Secretors get a chance to attack now. They get a chance to attack back. So, yeah. So I can go in with, I'm going to roll 4 dice, I believe. Am I right? Yeah, 4 dice with my mauls. So we're going to do, even though they're the same unit, I'm going to roll separately due to the different weapon. So 4 dice. And we are looking for 3+. That is cool. Wounds, 3+ again, so that's 1 wound. Saves, we'll do it on a 4+, so they save it, so nothing happens there. Same sort of thing happened last time. Hopefully my Storm Smite Great Mace, 2 attacks on a 3+. Yep, both get through. Nothing on a D6, that would have been lovely. Because it does D3 wounds, hits instead of 1, so but both get through. Yep, both hit. Saves Banshee saves with a 4+, and it is every wound, isn't it? So every wound 4+. So that's 1 gets through. Damage, 2 damage per attack. So that's 1 gets through, 2 damage per attack. Oh no, it's already through, isn't it? Don't need to roll. So that's 2 wounds. I believe she has 4 wounds. So we are taking her down to half. So that's something. That is definitely something. So now we are still on turn 1. See how this is going to make things have look like last time. We went on to turn 11, right, on the last game. Turn 1, it's the Mirmon Banshees time. So they have 1 attack each. 2 are in base combat. So it hits on 4s. To wound, was that a 6? Was there anything to do with a 6 on? Before we move on, I don't think so. No, it's the Tomb Banshee, which has a frightful touch. Yeah, okay, so the wounds on a 3+, no. Okay, and that is turn 1. So turn 2, we're just going to go straight to the combat phase. In turn 2, nothing needs to move because we are all straight down the line, but we're going back to sort of the deadly bit where my entire turn will be taken with just my 1 unit. So I'm going to roll the Mauls first. Mauls first, because I tend to have that as a food sort of thing. Mauls and Fritz first, and then a main meal later on. So yeah, Mauls, great mates. So we are looking for 3 pluses. They all get through. That's amazing. Wound rolls on 3 pluses, 50%. Saves on a 4 plus. Wow. These Banshees are determined not to die. But my great mates now, come on. 2 melee attacks each. So that is 1 gets through, but that 1, that was a hit on a 3 plus, but that is a 6, so it does D3 hits instead of 1. I imagine that means I get 3. So that means 3 wounds get through. I imagine that's what it means here. And is it to wound on a 3 plus? So 3 wounds get through. So saves, Banshee saves on a 4 plus. Now I've got to go back because is it 1 back to last week's Unleash Artillery? To save, second rolls 1 dice for every wound roll. So yeah, one dice for every successful wound, I think, or is it just 1? I think it's 1 for every wound. Let me know in the comments about this because it's very unclear. But anyway, she saves 2, so 1 wound gets through, taking her to 3 wounds. She has 4, so she's down to 1 wound. Yeah, and so now it's still turn 2 combat phase, but the Tomb Banshee is going in now. Makes 1 melee attack on a 4 plus. It gets through. It's not 6, that's a 6. It does what this Maul does. That's quite fun there, fighting it over. To wound is a 3 plus. It gets through. Save on a 4 plus. It does not get through. D3 damage per attack. It does 2 damage, and I think that is enough to wipe out my Maul man, Great Mace man. Okay, so now it's the Banshees. They make 1 attack each, 2 in combat. Banshee is now, oh yeah, and we have lost a wound there, so 6, well they both get through, and I don't think there's anything for 6s on this, nope. So it's now to wounds on 3 pluses. Wow, double 6, double 6. Can we save these on a 4 plus? We can, luckily, so no wounds. Wow, okay. So here we go. Turn 2 of the combat phase for the Night Haunts. Just means I'm going to do a power in with my Banshee in like so. So we are sort of looking something like that. Something like that. There we go, get the colour back. Don't like that feature on this camera. Tries to be all clever with the camera. So we're going to go for the Banshee first. So it'll be Banshee, Secretor, Mirmorn. I was going to call him Mer people. Mirmorn. So it's just 1 attack on a to hit. So 1 attack to hit 4 plus, Frightful Touch. If the to hit roll is a 6, inflicts D3 mortal wounds, and then the attack ends. Right, so it's just D3 mortal wounds. 6, that's 3 wounds. So that's going to be over. This is going to be over because and then the attack ends. There's no saving. There's no to wound on a 3 plus. It's just D6, D3 mortal wounds when I rolled 6. So I got 6 and then another 6, 3 mortal wounds. If we can see here, this already has a wound allocated, so that's a wound gone. And 2 wounds carry over onto Anastasia. And so again, the Nighthaunts win, and I'm not being biased either, even though I was set up to be the Nighthaunt player when we had 2 of us playing. If anything, I'm trying to be the good guy and trying to be all the Stormcast, and I'm trying to kill the Nighthaunts more than the other thing. But anyway, that was a very good game, and yeah, that has sped things up a bit. It feels like a proper game now. I keep saying that each week as the rules go on, it feels better and better and better, but this genuinely feels more like a game with that alternating turn sequence. I love that happening. It's one of the things I used to like about Lord of the Rings SBG, you'll hear me talk about that a lot, is the initiative roll in that is brilliant. So it's randomised each time who acts first. This I quite like, where it's alternating, yeah, sure, the hero phase and the movement phase and the shooting phase will all be done by, say, the Stormcast, but in combat there's that alternation going on, and then Battle Shock phase would just be that person's round, and then you move on to the other guy's round, and again you have that alternation, so it's really making that combat kinetic, that combat phase kinetic, so making it really energized. So loving this as rules go on. But that's it for this game and this week as well. That's these 2 videos for this week. We'll do another 2 next Saturday, so until then guys, please take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.